sexually attractive. I know I can have a sex with a guy, but I don't find them sexually attractive.
Wine and free it up, wine and free it up, free it up, wine and free it up, wine and free it up, every beat I need.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, TheKyannaSimonee, and I am back on your screen, which means I'm back with another video. As you can tell by today's title, I'm talking about lesbians and bisexuals, but I'm talking about them in regards to my sexuality and how both of those terms help me come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna label myself. So I hope that if anybody's watching this video and if you have any trouble or any kind of confusion as where you fall on the spectrum, the LGBTQ spectrum, just watch this video and understand that you don't have to identify just yet, or you don't have to identify at all, because I clearly don't, and I keep looking back at it, maybe thinking I should identify, but then I'm like, I feel like I encompass so much of the LGBTQ community that I can't identify right now. I don't know if I ever will identify, but I know right now, I can't. Let's talk about lesbians, bisexuals, and how I do not identify as either one. So according to Wikipedia, the definition of a lesbian is a homosexual woman. As we all know, I'm a person that likes to date ladies. I'm a woman that dates women, and that's how I go about saying that. I don't say, oh, I'm a lesbian, or oh, I'm a stud, femme, whatever. I don't even identify like that. I just say I'm a lady that dates ladies, or I'm a woman that dates women. If you search the term bisexual in the Wikipedia section, it says a person who is sexually attracted to men and women. Knowing that a lesbian is a person that just is sexually attracted as a homosexual woman, and knowing that bisexual is a person who is sexually attracted to men and women, just by going off those definitions alone, I know I don't fit either one of them. I had a boyfriend before, and because I had that boyfriend, it was triggering me a little bit to call myself bisexual, because I was with a man and now I was with a woman at the time, during my sexuality phase, and figuring out how I should label myself. Bisexual didn't seem right, because after that first boyfriend, I literally dated nobody else. I had nobody else. I wasn't even interested in anybody else. You know how you have those girl crushes and you see that girl on TV oh my God, she's so hot. I did that with women all the time. I didn't do that with men at all. The only man I did that with was Shamar Moore. That was it. And after that, I tell you, when I always had a crush on some women, either it was Peter Murgatroyd or Sukanya Christian, Jillian Michaels, Priyanka Chopra. I always had crushes on women. So using the term bisexual didn't really make sense to me, because when I was thinking about me and how I wanted to progress my life, men wasn't a part of it, and men didn't fit my mold anymore. I really don't find men sexually attractive. I know I can have a sex with a guy, but I don't find them sexually attractive, if that makes sense. Okay. And then looking at the term lesbian, is just a homosexual woman, which, yes, that's kind of me right now, but also I know I can have sex with a guy. So does that make me a full lesbian? If I know I can have sex with a guy, if I know I want to go down that route, if I know I wanted to have a threesome with a guy, does that still make me a lesbian, I know everybody identifies these terms and these words differently, and that's good and great for them, but I'm just telling you my thought process as to how I got to not labeling myself. Because of that, I said, okay, these two umbrella terms right here is something that I need to think about. So I automatically ruled out bisexual because I didn't like the term, I didn't like the word for me, and in terms to what I was going through in my life. So I tried to do the word lesbian. And I remember way back when, I tried to put it in my little bio on my Instagram, lesbian, with little rainbow emojis. And kid you not, my girlfriend at the time was so mad because I had changed my Instagram bio to say lesbian, and I didn't tell her about it. And she was like, oh, you put lesbian? How you put lesbian? And tell me. And I was like, I'm literally figuring it out, chill out, okay? And then later, maybe a week later, I ended up taking it out of my bio because I felt weird with the word being in my bio. It was constantly playing in my mind that the word lesbian was in my bio, and I wasn't even looking at my bio on Instagram, So that's how I knew that word wasn't right for me. When I was in a relationship with a woman, it was just me and my girl, whatever. And we didn't really think about labels too much. We kind of was a lesbian couple. I was fine being a lesbian couple, but a standalone, again, the word it didn't hit me. After we broke up, and after, I moved, and I was thinking about how I wanted to redefine myself, or how I wanted to appear to the world, you know, because now I'm in this new space. I'm out now, you know. Before I was really closeted and I was really like self-reserved, and I didn't tell anybody that I was interested in women until I had a girlfriend. Now that I live in a new city, I wanted to not come out again, but come out to myself and just, oh my God, I'm getting emotional kind of. But just come out to myself and pretty much say like, this is who I want to be. I now date ladies. I was like, you know what? I went this long without a label and I am happy. And I went this long without feeling the pressure to be labeled. So because of that, why am I now trying to put a label on myself? I think I wanted to do that because I wanted to prove to people like I'm a part of the community without a partner next to me. And I wanted to showcase that, but I realized I didn't have to label myself to showcase that. All I had to do was say, I'm a woman that dates women, and that's it, you know? Became comfortable without having to label myself in a way I didn't want to, in a way I didn't feel comfortable. And at that time, I was also like, you're a lesbian, but then what kind of lesbian are you? Are you a stud? Are you a femme? Are you an AG? Are you this or that? And that was too much for me too, because I didn't want to have to go into the classification of what kind of lesbian I am. And I know you don't have to do that. Please take all this with a grain of salt. I know you don't have to do any of these things. And I know that once you label yourself, you don't have to break it down as to how you want to label yourself. But this is the thought process I was going through, and this is what I was thinking of. And so because of all of that, because of the breakdown, because of the labels, I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna dress how I want. I'm not anything. I am me, and I need people to see that I am me. But I also want to be a part of the community, if that makes sense. Lately, I've been trying to dabble with like gender queer, gender neutral, but those terms also do not feel right to me. And I'm like, girl, just give it up and stop trying to label yourself. It's okay. So I think with labels, it's you want to feel like you're somewhere, but sometimes you don't have to feel like you're somewhere. Sometimes you don't have to be in a place where everybody's at. You could be in your own spot and make your own way and find your own people. If anybody's watching this video and has a problem with like trying to identify and trying to label yourself, I think you need to take a step back and think about who you are and what you want. And I think you need to think about how you want to project yourself to the world and how you want the world to see you. For me, now that I like go out in the world, oh my God, I'm getting so emotional. I want people to see me. I like when people get confused about who I am. I like that when people look at me, they can't tell who I date. You know, nowadays people look at you and they think, oh, I'm gonna see, you know, who you date just by how you look. And I like that you can't do that with me. Just don't feel pressure to label yourself, especially if you don't want to. If you're second guessing it and like doubting it, like maybe it's not the right label for you. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this wasn't too ranty and I hope it wasn't too weird. I just had been thinking about this a lot, especially when I was like first in my apartment and like first wanted to come out as something by myself in my apartment. I was really thinking about this label thing. If I sound weird, it's because I have a cold and I still wanted to put a video out for you guys. So like, don't listen to my voice and think, ew, she sounds bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel, turn on those post notifications. Leave a comment down below of how you identify, or if you don't identify, or what is your identity. Like this video, give it a thumbs up. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.